Is she to be buried in Christian burial when she willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee she is, therefore make her give straight. The crowner hath sat on her and finds a Christian burial.
How can that be, unless she drown herself in her own defense?
Will you have the truth on? If this had been not a gentlewoman, she should have been buried out Christian burial.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business? He sinks at grave making.
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
That skull had a tongue in it, and could sing once, how the knave jowls it to the ground, as if it were Cain's jawbone that did the first murder. It might be the pate of a politician, which this asks not or reaches. One that would circumvent God, might it not?
It might, my lord.
Or of a courtier, which would say, Good morrow, sweet lord. How dost thou, good lord? This might be lord such a one that praised my lord such a one's horse when he meant to beg it, might it not?
Aye, my lord.
There's another. Could that be a lawyer's skull? Where all his razzle-dazzle legal jargon now? Why does he allow this idiot to knock him on the head with a dirty shovel, instead of suing him for assault and battery? Maybe this guy was once a great landowner with his deeds and contracts, his tax shelters, and his annuities. It is part of his deed of ownership to have this skull filled up with dirt. Does he only get to keep as much land as a set of contracts would cover if he spread them out on the ground? The deeds to his properties would barely fit in his coffin, and the coffin is all the property he gets to keep.
Not a jot more, my lord.
I will speak to this fellow. Whose grave is this, sirrah? Mine, sir. How long has thou been a grave maker? Of all days of the year, I came to that day at our last. King Hamlet overcame Fortinbras. It was the very day that young Hamlet was born. He is that mad and sent into England. Mary, why was he sent into England? Why? Because he was mad. He shall recover his wits there, or if he do not, it's no great matter there. How came he mad? Faith, on but losing his wits. How long will a man lie I the earth ere he rot? Well, if he's not rotten before he dies, and there are a lot of people now who are so rotten they start falling to pieces even before you put them in a coffin, he'll last 8 or 9 years. A leather maker will last 9 years. Here's a skull that has been here 23 years. Whose was it? A pestilence on him for a mad rogue. He poured a flagon of Rhenish on my head once. This same skull, sir, was Yorick's skull, the king's jester. Let me see. Oh, poor Yorick. I used to know him. Horatio, a very funny guy, and with an excellent imagination. He carried me on his back 1,000 times, and now how terrible this is him. It makes my stomach turn. Horatio, tell me something.
What's that, my lord?
Do you think Alexander the Great looked like this when he was buried? And he smelled like that too? Phew.
Just as bad, my lord.
How long can we fall, Horatio? Isn't it possible to imagine that the noble ashes of Alexander the Great could end up plugging a hole in a barrel? The great Emperor Caesar, dead and turned to clay, might plug up a hole to keep the wind away. Oh, to think that the same body that once ruled the world could now patch up a wall. Be quiet a minute.
That is Laertes, a very noble youth, Mark.
Whatever rights are you going to give her?
I've performed as many rites as I'm permitted. Her death was suspicious, and were it not for the fact that the king gave orders to bury her, she'd have been buried outside the church graveyard. She deserves to have rocks and stones thrown on her body, but she has had prayers read on her and is dressed up like a pure virgin, with flowers tossed on her grave and the bell tolling for her.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done. We should profane the service of the dead to sing requiem and such rest to her and peace parted souls.
Lay her in the ground, and let violets bloom from her lovely and pure flesh. I'm telling you, you jerk priest, my sister will be an angel in the heavens, while you are howling in hell.
What, the beautiful Ophelia? Sweet flowers for a sweet girl. Goodbye. I once hoped you'd be my Hamlet's wife. I thought I'd be tossing flowers on your wedding day. My sweet girl, not on your grave.
Oh, damn 3 times. Damn 10 times. The evil man whose wicked deed deprive you of your ingenuous mind. Will I bury her until I've caught her in my arms once more? Now in the pile of dirt, onto the living and the dead alike, till he made a mountain higher than Mount Pelion or Mount Olympus.
Who is the one whose grief is so loud and clear, whose words of sadness make the planets stand still in the heavens as if they've been hurt by what they've heard? It's me, Hamlet the Dane.
To hell with your soul. Pull them apart.
Hamlet, Hamlet!
Oh, he's crazy. Laertes.
For the love of God, be patient with him. Damn it, show me what you're going to do for her. Will you cry, fight, stop eating, cut yourself, drink vinegar, eat a crocodile? I'll do all that. Did you come here to whine, to outdo me by jumping into the grave so theatrically? To be buried alive with her? So will I. And if you rattle on about mountains, then let them throw millions of acres over us. It will be so high a peak that it scrapes against the heavens and makes Mount Ossa look like a wart. See? I can talk as crazy as well as you. Listen, sir. Why do you treat me like this? I always loved you, but it doesn't matter. Even a hero like Hercules can't keep cats from acting like cats and dogs like dogs.
Please, Horatio, go with them. Don't forget our talk last night and try to be patient. We'll take care of this problem soon. Gertrude, have the guards keep an eye on your son. A monument should be built for Ophelia that will last forever. I promise. We'll have the quiet we need soon. In the meantime, let's proceed patiently.
That's enough about that. Now I'll tell you the other story about my journey. Do you remember the circumstances?
How could I forget, my lord?
So I came up from my cabin with my robe tied around me. I groped in the dark to find what I was looking for. Found it, looked through the packets of paper, and returned to my cabin again. I was bold enough, I guess my fears made me forget my manners, to open the king's document containing the king's instructions, and there I found Horatio. Such royal mischief. A precisely worded order, sugared with lots of talk about Denmark's well-being, and England's too, to cut off my head without even waiting to sharpen the axe.
Is it possible?
So there I was, caught in their evil net. Before I could even start processing the situation, they had started the ball rolling. I sat down and wrote out a new official document with new instructions. I wrote in a bureaucrat's neat handwriting. I used to think having nice handwriting was for servants, just like our politicians think, and I had to work hard to overcome that prejudice. But it sure came in handy then. Do you want to know what I wrote?
Yes, my lord.
A sincere plea to the king, who commands the respect of England and who hopes that the love between them two countries could flourish, and the peace can join them with friendship. The other fancied mumbo jumbo like that, saying that once they read the document without any debate, the ones delivering the letter should be put to death immediately without giving them time to confess a priest.
But how could you put an official seal on it?
Heaven help me out with that too. I had my father's signet ring in my pocket with the royal seal of Denmark on it. I folded up the new document, signed it, sealed it, and put it safely back so that no one noticed the difference. The next day we had our fight at sea, and you know what happened after that.
What a king Claudius is.
Don't you think it's my duty now to kill him with the weapon? This man who killed my king, made my mother a whore, took the throne that I hoped for, and set a trap to kill me. Isn't it completely moral to kill him now with his sword and an easy conscience? And wouldn't it be damned if I let this monster live to do more harm?
He'll find out soon what happened in England.
Soon enough, but I have the meantime. A human life is hardly long enough to count to one in. But I really feel bad, Horatio, about losing control of myself with Laertes. His situation is very much like my own. I'll be nice to him. It was just that showiness of grief sent me to a fury.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Welcome back to Denmark, my lord.
Thank you, kind sir.
My lord, if you have a free moment, I have a message from His Majesty. I know you know something about how excellent Laertes is.
I can't admit that, since you'd have to compare his excellence to mine. But knowing a person well is a bit like knowing oneself.
Excellent in fencing, sir. His reputation in fencing is unrivaled.
What kind of weapon does he use?
The rapier and the dagger.
Those are only 2 of his weapons, but go on.
The king has bet 6 Barbary horses, and he has prepared 6 French rapiers and daggers with all of their accessories. 3 of the carriages are very imaginatively designed, and they have matched the fencing accessories. The king, sir, has bet that in a dozen rounds between you and Laertes, he won't beat you by more than 3 hits. You could get started immediately if you'll give me your answer.
But what if my answer is no?
If you'd agree to play against Laertes, sir.
Sir, I'm going to go for a walk in the hall here, whether the king likes it or not. It's my exercise time. Bring me the swords if the king still wants to go through with it, and if Laertes is still willing. I'll have the king win his bet if I can. If not, I'll only have suffered some embarrassment and a few sword hits.
Shall I quote you in those exact words, sir?
Just get the point across however flowery you want to be.
My services are at your command.
Thank you.
You're going to lose this bet, my lord.
I don't think so. I've been practicing fencing constantly since I went off to France. With the handicap they've given me, I think I'll win. But I have a stinking feeling anyway. Oh well.
Wait, my lord.
I know I'm being foolish, but I have the kind of vague misgiving women get often.
If something is telling you not to play, listen to it. I'll say you're not feeling well.
You'll do no such thing. I thumb my nose at superstitions. God controls everything, even something as trivial as a sparrow's death. Everything will work out as it is destined. If something is supposed to happen now, it will. If it's supposed to happen later, it won't happen now. What's important is to be prepared. Since nobody knows anything about what he leaves behind, then what does it mean to leave early? Let it be.
Come, shake hands with Laertes, Hamlet.
I beg your pardon, sir. I've done you wrong. Forgive me as a gentleman. Everyone here knows, and I'm sure you've been heard, that I'm suffering from a serious mental illness. When I insulted you, it was due to insanity. Was Hamlet the one who insulted Laertes? No, not Hamlet. If Hamlet is robbed of his own mind and insults Laertes when he's not really himself, then Hamlet's not guilty of the offense. Who is guilty? Then Hamlet's mental illness is.
Put the goblets of wine on the table. If Hamlet makes the first or second hit, or gets back at Laertes by making the third hit, then let the soldiers give him a military salute. I'll drink to Hamlet's health and into his goblet. I'll drop a pearl even more costly than the crowns of the last 4 Danish kings. Give me the goblets, and now let the drum and trumpets play, and the trumpets signal the cannon outside. To fire and let the cannon tell the heaven, and the heavens tell all the earth that the king is drinking now to Hamlet's health. Come on, let's begin. Judges, pay close attention.
He's flabby and out of breath. Here, Hamlet, take my handkerchief and wipe your forehead. The queen drinks to your good luck and happiness, Hamlet. Thank you, ma'am.
Gertrude, don't drink that.
Excuse me, I'll drink if I like.
That was a poisoned drink. It's too late.
I'd better not drink now. I'll drink later.
Both fences are bleeding. How do you feel, my lord? How do you feel, Laertes?
Like the mouse caught my own trap, Osric. I've been killed by my own evil tricks. She fainted at the sight of them bleeding.
No, no. The drink. Oh, my dear Hamlet. The drink. The drink. I've been poisoned. Oh, what evil. Lock the door.
I'm the one, Hamlet. Hamlet, you're dead. No medicine in the world could cure you. You don't have more than half an hour to live. The treacherous weapon is in your right hand, and dipped in poison. The foul plan backfired on me. Here I lie and will never get up. Your memory's been poisoned. I can't speak anymore. The king is to blame.
The blade poisoned? Then get to work, poison. Here, you goddamn incest breed. Danish murderer. Drink this and your little pearl in there. Follow my mother.
He got what he deserved. He mixed that poison himself. Please forgive me as I forgive you, Hamlet. You're not responsible for my death and my father's. I'm the one responsible for yours.
God will free you from blame. I'll follow you to heaven in a minute. I'm dying. Horatio, goodbye, miserable queen. And all you people watching, pale and trembling, speechless spectators of these acts, I could tell you. God will free you from blame. I'll follow you to heaven in a minute. I'm dying. Horatio, goodbye, miserable queen. And all you people watching, and pale, trembling, speechless spectators of these acts, I could tell you a thing or two if I had time. Though this cruel officer's death doesn't allow me much free time. Let it be. Horatio, I'm dying. You're alive. Tell everyone what happened. Set the story straight.
Not for a second. I'm more like an ancient Roman than a corrupt modern Dane. Some of this liquor is still left in this goblet.
Give me the goblet. If you love me, let it go. I'll get it from you. I swear. Oh God, Horatio, what a damaged reputation I'm leaving behind me. As no one knows the truth. If you ever love me, then please postpone the sweet relief of death a while and stay in this harsh world long enough to tell my story.
Young Fortinbras, returning in triumph from Poland, is firing his guns to greet the English ambassadors.
Oh, I'm dying, Horatio. This strong poison's overpowering me. I will not live to hear the news from England, but I bet Fortinbras will win the election to the Danish crown. He got my vote as I die, so tell him that. Given the recent events here, oh, the rest is silence. Oh, oh, oh.
What do I see here?
What would you like to see? If it's a tragedy, you've come to the right place.
Let's hear about it right away, and invite all the noblemen to listen. As for me, I welcome my good luck with sadness. I have some right to claim this kingdom, and by arriving at this moment, I have an opportunity to put them into effect.
I also have a few things to say about that, which Hamlet just told me. But let's get down to business. Even though people are in a frenzy of grief, to avoid any further plots and mishaps.
Let four captains carry Hamlet like a soldier onto the stage. He would have been a great king if he had had the chance to prove himself. Military music and the military rites will speak for his heroic qualities. Pick up the corpses. A sight like this suits a battlefield, but here at court it shows that much went wrong. Go outside and tell the soldiers to fire their guns in honor of Hamlet.